Okay, hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some Factorio multiplayer. Super cool. Faulty, not faulty. No more faults. No more desyncs. No more issues. It's been 2 days. 2 days. Didn't even take 2 days. You want to know how long it took? Took these guys about 12 hours. Just 12. Hey, there's my mic and my webcam and all the stuff, all the things. We're good? We're live? We're good? You guys can hear me? Sweet. Awesome. So it took the best and the brightest about 12 whole hours. We did need to sleep on it. A couple people needed a little bit of shut-eye to actually, like, isolate and actually really nail it down. But between Nexala, Magma McFry, Irondell, Prime Dead, you know, everyone else, Angel, everyone contributed. Twitch, you guys contributed. Everyone contributed. And we fixed it. We found it. We're running a version of the game with no desyncs and AAI at all. And so we're going to do a celebratory, open world game. And we're going to play for, I'll be around probably for at least 3 hours. For the next 3 hours, we're going to play a brand new campaign. And then I'm not the host, and it is being maintained by the Discord multiplayer Factorio leader, basically, Prime Dead. So this server will be up probably, I would guess, maybe the whole weekend. I'm not sure. I'll ask Prime Dead in a moment once I unmute the broadcast channel. So yeah, this is going to be a very interesting weekend campaign. So feel free to join. If you'd like to join, you need to head to the description down below the YouTube announce video and or check the Twitch chat. There is going to be a link to download the mod pack. And once you have the mod pack, it's going to very soon be an open game. There will not be a password. Right now there is a password just because we wanted to make sure that the mod makers were allowed to get into the game and get into the player ID list, because there's a setting that we can use that says that returning players can ignore player cap. That probably makes sense, hopefully. Just means that once we get to the player cap, they won't be you know, locked out just because they got kicked from like lag or something. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce you guys again to the star MVPs of the stream from Tuesday. And let's go ahead and go there now.
Oh, I can't name stuff
Hey.
yet.
All right, so I'm back. How's it going, Prime Dead?
Hey.
Good.
So in voice chat with me right now we've got Prime Dead, who is, as I just mentioned, I don't know, Prime Dead, I'm not sure if you had the stream muted or not, but I just mentioned that you are basically like the Factorio server, like leader, super guru guy on Discord.
Yes.
That is this voice?
I manage community servers for your Discord.
Okay. We got William, who is the pretty much the primary moderator for Twitch.
Yeah, I am Discord these days. Run that thing.
Yeah. Just don't tell Hendrik that, right? And then we got Zippy the squirrel. Are you in comms, Zippy?
I am the adorable mascot.
Nice. Cool. Excellent. He's in comms. And then also Magma McFry, the maker of Factorissimo mod 2 and 1.
Yeah, that's me.
And also one of the I will say that between but just between you and me, don't tell Nexala. Who really solved this desync thing? Was it you or him?
I'm just gonna boldly go ahead and claim it was me.
There we go. So here's okay. I'll give my memory of events, and then you can correct all the mistakes that I'm about to make, because I've obviously made a lot of mistakes. And by the way, Prime Dead, unless there's anyone else from the crew or the chat group that you think we need to wait for to get into the player list, feel free to remove the password and up the player cap whenever you feel it's time.
Okay. Sure.
I'm hopefully gonna just walk around, talk to people, look at builds and stuff, and not just get sucked into combinators again like I did all day today. It's very easy to do that. But my memory of events was we streamed for like 4 hours. Something hex code binaries, comparisons, and like what the hell happened. We were doing that for a while. I remember that. I went to sleep. I woke up. I was looking at the chat log, and Nexal's like something about -x, -y coordinates. Coordinates are bad. And that was all. And so then Prime Dead, Magma, and I all got into a vanilla test client server thing that we were using, and we went from there, right? What did we do first? Why were we even doing that? Why did Nexala... I don't even remember, actually, why he thought there was something wrong with the XY negative numbers.
I think Nextella found some steps to reproduce the desync with just teleporting a mining vehicle from positive to negative coordinates, and he thought that has to do with the sign of the coordinates. And after that, I think I had the suspicion that it was actually a vanilla desync issue.
You said that on Tuesday as well. Why? You thought all the way back then in action, I think Nextella said that too, that it might be a vanilla issue. I don't understand where you guys got that hunch, but it was true. It was a vanilla problem. And by the way, just in case I failed to mention it, it's fixed, right? We're good.
Yeah.
Fixed for multiplayer. We're good.
Well, the issue isn't going to be fixed in vanilla until 0.15, but well,
how dare they?
Irondale added a patch, so it wouldn't be an issue for 0.14.
Okay, so do you want to do the honors of like explaining exactly what it is, or do we want to tease it out for a little while and explain it over time? I'm good either way.
I think I can do that. So let me think. So after I had this hunch that this was vanilla, I asked people if they could help me test it out in vanilla server. I was trying to attempt to get the desync to happen using just console commands in a vanilla server.
That's a good testing ground, right? Because the key was we wanted to be able to report it on the multiplayer, the bug report forum without mods, because basically they don't care as much about desync reports if it's mod related. Is that true?
Exactly. I wanted to have a minimal desync version, so if this vanilla thing didn't work, I would still try to use mods again, or write an own mod that reproduced the desync issue, but I started to try it in vanilla first. So what we tried was we tried to teleport some mining drills around, and when that didn't cause issues, we started actually playing around with flamethrowers and teleporting fire particles around for no apparent reason. Actually, I completely forget why we started doing that, but well, that caused the desyncs.
Well, hold on. Prime Dead, you were there too. Do you remember why we started teleporting? I don't think it was... We didn't go straight to flamethrowers. Something triggered you to go to fire, specifically.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was. I think it was... we were testing the miners, and that didn't do anything.
And when you say miners, you're talking about the mining vehicle Mark 1s from AAI, not burner miners.
I mean the burner mining drills.
Okay, so it was actually happening with burning mining drills too.
No, it wasn't happening with those, so we tried to figure out what it was instead, and we just tried to teleport everything that was in that mod, and in the end we found out that fire, teleporting fire was the issue.
And so the AAI mod actually used fire as like an entity. Apparently there was like this invisible item that was a fire class entity, and somehow that was getting teleported. And in hindsight, I actually watched the entire stream from Tuesday to see if I could target and like see the desyncs and like what it is, knowing after the fact what was causing it. And it's so freaking clear now, because it's like, God, I wish the whole stream, if I had just turned on the what is the keyword shortcut, F4, and then show tile grid. It's like, okay, if the tile grid was on Tuesday, and we could very clearly see that, okay, the vehicle went over the chunk border. That's it.
Yeah,
and then a player joins. That's
every
it.
time the vehicle went over the chunk border and a player joined after the fact, then the desync happened with those players who joined after a vehicle ever crossed the chunk boundary.
Yep, that's it. That's all it was. And Nextella thought, like, so I'm standing right in the center of 2 chunks, or 4 chunks actually, at an intersection. Nextella thought it was something about the negative X, negative Y, like somehow related to a specific quadrant here. But it just turns out that if fire was teleported across the boundaries of a chunk, that somehow changed the pollution. And I found it quite funny in the bug report forums, because the response was, thanks for these easily reproducible steps. And then the tone is what I took away from it, was, why the hell are you teleporting fire? Stop doing that. Like, that's silly. There was a good reason for it. But that it's all related to that, as far as I understand it. So why is it working now? Like, how did it get fixed?
We just removed the fire entity and replaced it with something that didn't cause pollution, because apparently the reason was actually more deep than just the fire entities. It turned out to be that every entity that produced pollution, like electric emissions or something, or generally emissions in its energy source, or whatever, causes a desync issue if you teleport it, because if you teleport an entity during a running game, then the pollution production in the old chunk and the new chunk doesn't get updated. But if you save the game and reload the game, then the pollution production values summed up over all the chunks are different because they get properly reloaded from the save again. So essentially what happened was you get a new player that connected would see the fire entity produce pollution in the new chunk, while we, who were already on the server, would saw the pollution get produced in the old chunk that the fire was. And yeah, if the pollution values differ, then that causes a desync. So, interesting side note, so that the thing that we saw in the desync logs were actually the pollution values, because those were the things that were recognized as desyncs.
So wait, say that one last time. They were or they were not the things we were seeing?
Those were the immediate effects of this desync issue. Those were the things where the game noticed, yeah, that's a desync. That's what actually the pollution values.
Right. Which, so it's actually technically not fire. It is pollution, and we actually did see that in the hex comparison part where we were seeing all the things, weird numbers and symbols and stuff. Zippy, how in the hell did you get up there?
I am not a clever man.
Zippy is like up in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by biters right now. I don't know why. I think we need to mount a rescue mission. How soon can we get some chain gunners up and running? By the way, we do still have, as I mentioned earlier, Irindel is in chat. He's listening. He just doesn't have a microphone. So he says, fire entities from vehicles. I replaced it with a projectile entity. It's designed to move, so it's okay. I can do light and sound, which is what I needed. So good. So, is there anything that we're missing? Do vehicles create pollution right now, or did you find some other way to do it, or did you just have to remove that? A resub. 17 months.
I'd just like to point out to everyone on Twitch that the game is open now. Anyone can join it if they want.
Awesome. Please do. How many players are we at right now, and what's the player cap?
The player cap is 50.
Yeah.
Okay. That means that there are 37 slots available if you want to come join. And again, I'm going to be streaming for like the next probably 2 to 3 hours. We're going to do as much as we can in that time. But then even after I leave, I'm not the host. And this server is... do you have like a dedicated server or something set up, Prime Dead?
Yeah.
So
the
this
server is just going to stay online.
Okay, awesome. Any plans on maybe like how long it'll be up or when you might expect it to go down?
I expect it to go down when the rocket is launched.
A rocket. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember
That's
when we
just
did that
cool.
thing where we said like, hey, you guys have like 2 days, go. Beat the game. We should do that. Let's do that. It's just, 100 mods. We haven't even talked about the entire mod list that we're using right now. That's why I called it the, what did I call it? The Many Mods Multiplayer Celebratory Debug Victory Stream. I didn't want to put mass multiplayer in because in my head that's like at least 100 players, and I don't know if we'll get that many to download this massive mod pack. But as many people as we can, I don't see why we need to limit it, right? Because it's stable.
Yeah.
Of course.
And the server can handle it, so that should be good too.
Of course, the performance might be an issue if everyone starts like putting down tons and tons and tons of AAI stuff, right? Or are we playing with a version that still has that scanning restriction on?
It should still have the scanning restriction on.
Yeah. We're at like 15 players. We're still in a very early game, but I'm getting still perfect performance. So pollution just ruining everything, Twitch chat says. Yes, of course. I would join if I knew how to play Factorio. You don't need to know how to play. Just come in and poke stuff down on the ground and see if it makes sense. I don't know. That's how you figure it out.
I have no idea how to play Factorio. Here I am.
Yep. You usually just run around with a red shirt and shoot me or shoot people who try to shoot me, so that's fine.
Yep.
I would really like to try to make a group push if we can to get some basic technology up and running. if not for the sake of progress, then simply for the sole reason that Irindel is European, and I understand that apparently he needs, like, sleep or something on occasion. It's this weird thing that people do. They just, like, lay down on a flat surface for prolonged periods of time for no real reason at all. And he's got to do it soon, so I would love to get to the point where we can play with some programmable vehicles before he has to go, since it is his mod after all. And he's going to teach us some really cool things, right? Right, Irindel? By the way, it's Irindel, not Arundel. I said it wrong for like the entire stream on Tuesday.
I believe he's already unlocked one of the technologies if we want to jump into some of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we started with some. What do we have? We've got electronics and the mining vehicle Mark 1. Got a new subscriber, Gehnavast. That is a German-sounding word if I've ever heard one. Where is this Stereotype? We need some copper. I would love to see some more of this type ID based coding instead of unit ID, because Stejo and I played for 8 hours today. That's how excited we were about this fix. We were planning on playing for like 3. We played for 8 accidentally. We accidentally did 8 hours of Factorio. But most of the stuff we did was identifying things, removing things, identifying biter bases, sending all the derps at the base, and then clearing the base indicators, and then they'd come home. And then we had like a couple haulers that were specifically vehicle ID'd and said that, hey, this hauler is going to go pick up the wood from the miner that mines the trees. But apparently there may be a much better way to do it using the vehicle ID itself instead of, sorry, the type ID instead of the vehicle ID. So I would love to see how that works, because it sounds awesome. It sounds way better. And also, when are we going to have Zerglings? Irindel. I need Zerglings. And, some other things to be added. We need to recreate StarCraft.
Speaking of hostile aliens, we've already got some in our borders here.
Yeah. Okay. Prime Dead, you're the expert at this point. What is the typical colors that players have been using these days? Still going with red shirts for base defense expansion, that kind of stuff?
I've not seen it used on the server.
I can find the things. Give me a second.
We only use it on the mass multiplayer streams.
We don't use red shirts. We don't need them anymore. We just use chain gunners. All right. Yeah. I like it. Let's do that. I can't craft any chain gunners. There's something wrong. My game's broken. Please fix.
Okay,
I have to research turrets first.
Very important. Must have it.
Red is biters, green is automation, black resource gathering, cyan plus blue general, and white is science. I'm gonna go kill those biters, by the way.
I've already forgotten how to use commands. I don't fucking know.
It's slash.
Oh, that's right. I remember the last time we played, Zippy, you literally spent the entire time in a red shirt, just like at the absolute periphery of the base. That's your thing, isn't it? You love killing biters. I don't know why, but you do.
I'm not saying that I crave violence, but why don't I already have an assault rifle?
That's good. We've got Jake.
The biters can't kill me. Oh no, the biters can't kill me. I have no momentum to kill the biters. Thanks, Zippy.
Drake's in 3-month resub. Thank you. What? There's so many new icons.
So different.
Yeah, the copper cable looks different to me. The iron looks different. When did all this get pushed? Is this all who did this? Is this you, Nexla?
Made this.
Angel?
Yeah.
Here, I'll help you out.
Angel pushed an update just earlier.
Funcraft, I've given you fuel. Enjoy. It will work now. Now, hey, Irindel, the version of the game we played today, Stejo and I, we had some fun with it because for whatever reason, certain vehicles just sort of didn't need fuel anymore, and they would just just ignore the fact they had no fuel. Is that still a thing, or are we playing on a newer version now? Blame Stejo and Archangel. Next to Larissa, 5 months! Hey, I know that guy! Yeah, it's like a hauler could have absolutely no fuel in it whatsoever, and you could just tell it, still give it a command, and it'd be like, yeah, okay. Got it. Sure, I'll go do that. It was great.
Oh, I was really hoping that would work.
He says he's not sure, which is code for probably. Probably still mucked up a bit. So in my campaign with Stejo, we our game plan was to get horribly confused by Petrochem, and Combinators get distracted by AI. Basically do nothing for about 7 hours before getting any real technology done. What do you guys want to do? Is that the game plan for this save? Or do we want to actually create a bus? What are we doing?
Let's first get AAI.
That is the star of the moment, isn't it? That sounds like a good idea. Okay, so we just need to automate red science. I think we can figure that out. We know how to do that. If everyone could, just feel free, if you have the resources, craft like 1 or 2 science pack ones in your pocket. And we'll just create like a sciencey area and just, you know, everyone can, if everyone pitches in 1 science pack worth of crafting time, we can knock out a few red science techs in no time at all. And I'll even try to craft another lab for you. I kind of hoovered up a few hundred plate of iron before everyone else joined. Oops.
I realize I have like 2,000 wood.
Yeah, you know, Irindel, I was amazed at how efficient just one miner is at mowing down the forest. Like, you don't even need to build a greenhouse. He'll just deforest the entire country. He's all about it. The key, though, is that you gotta... Stejo and I still had a few issues with, like, figuring out some of this AI stuff, because he and I both kind of don't want to just go read the guides. You know, like, this is exactly how you recreate this blueprint. We don't really want to do that. But the thing is that it's tricky. It's tricky to figure it out on your own. And so we've got this guy who's, like, a hauler will go over to, like, pick up ore. But we haven't quite figured out how to properly tell him to also accidentally... get rid of all of like the wood and way too much coal that he's accidentally picked up because he's an idiot and he passed by some other miners on his way. You know? So he's got like all this wood in his inventory instead of ore, and it's a little complicated. But I'm sure that the master will teach us. The master being all of us, everyone. What's the Spacebook tool for? That is a mass multiplayer server, like moderation / stability / whatever type program. It's to deal with fixing things, griefers.
Make me Darth Vader.
Make him look like Darth Vader. Exactly. You can see Prime Dead. He's got his little dark evil eyes. It's actually just a minor arty is on 2.5. What's that mean? Oh, by the way, where's my long reach? I have, like, no reach.
It's a research.
No one's joining. I'm surprised.
That is so much work to research. It's not cool. We're up to 25. We've doubled since we opened it up to the public. And by the time... You know what it really is? If I had to guess, is that... one of two things. Either slower internet connections just take a long time to download a 250 megabyte mod pack, or... possibly, there's already some sort of notification going out saying that the Google Drive account is not sharing the files anymore or something.
It should be sharing it. That should be good.
Okay, so we can make chain gunners already then, yes? Yes. All we need are gun turrets, which require copper. I can do that. You see that, what do we have? Shading... Shadenturg is... set us up with some beautiful power already. Lovely. So in our campaign, just because it's the only thing that I know and can easily compare it to, Stejo and I have practically replaced half of all Factorio with AAI stuff. Like, we're not doing trains. We had seen no need to do trains at all. We haven't even placed a single regular mining drill. It's just all electric remote mining drills. We have used centralized smelting and sort of a bus, but not really. But, like, it's crazy. It's crazy how much you can do without trains in this AAI stuff. Arendelle still can't open the tech tree. Anyone see why the scanners are not unlocked? Scanners. Scanners require circuit network, which is 100 red science. You are looking for the unit data scanner, the zone scanner, tile scanner, unit scanner. Yeah, those are all red science. If you'd like, someone who knows all the commands could just give it to us, but it's just pure red science, if you can wait a few seconds. We need to research circuit network. I mean, we're actually knocking out pure red science pretty darn quick right now. I think we'll have it pretty quick. Irindel says, oh duh, I should know that. That's fair. I mean, it is your mod, after all. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice. Wow, we are just getting so... Oh, we have auto research! No wonder things are going so fast. I was gonna say, man, this thing is just like, someone is really on it, on the ball when it comes to picking researches. Steejo and I, we turned auto research off because we didn't want to auto research everything and have him get confused by Petrochem. And so basically both of us have, like, learned over time to ignore the research tree completely, which means that for prolonged periods of time, no research happens at all, because neither of us ever even opened the damn thing. So Magma, what are you up to right now? Where are you at? I want to track you down and bug you. Where did he go?
I'm here at the iron, improving iron smelting.
Improving.
Yeah,
Quote,
what
unquote.
else should I do?
You're optimizing. Have you made the UPS better in our entire factory?
Improving. Everything is improving here.
There's Nexla. Is there like some really cool special color? Oh no, the server is not responding.
What? Oh.
Prime dead.
Prime dead,
No,
you're
no,
breaking
someone... What?
it. It's about to desync, isn't it? As soon as
No. That's not allowed. This is
No,
this is the celebratory no desync mod
Hold on, let him see.
stream. Communication with server failed. Oh, I'm gonna
Okay.
take a save. Just, I
Do we
mean, I'm sure.
reconnect it or just quit the game?
Couldn't establish network communication.
One second.
Oh my gosh. No, this...
It was additional paste settings mod, so Nexla should fix that one.
additional place settings.
Paste. So when you copy paste something.
Ah, okay. It's a crash, give me the log, remove it, he says. Okay, well, again, since hopefully everyone... Oh, and I failed to mention this, by the way. If you're in the game, for the benefit of everyone else, please don't watch the stream. If you want to be able to hear the conversation, then rather than have the video play, which is a lot more data, on Discord, there is a voice chat room that you can join. You can still listen, and it's actually going to be immediate and live without the 15-second Twitch delay. Come join that chat. Not everyone has speaking permissions, so that it just doesn't get cluttered, and I can kind of control what is... You know, there's a little bit of a filter there, so no one does anything crazy or anything, but yeah. So anyone that can hear me right now, apparently Nexla says remove it. So that's what
what was it
we should
again?
do.
I already forgot.
Additional paste settings.
Thank you.
So it's very close to the top. It's like line, 10? Additional paste settings. You don't even need to delete it, just toggle. And then go back. Your game will reload, and then hopefully the server will be back and operational, and we can just rejoin.
I hate how toggling it actually makes you reload the game.
Yeah. What was the actual desync, or it was a crash? What did you do, Nexla? Why you gotta go break this? You're ruining the celebration. It's a celebration of life.
Knowing
I like
nothing
how
about
everyone's-
modding, I just assumed that the server was eating paste.
It's now starting again. I'll give the look to Nexla.
He says, I didn't do it. I never approved it. Oh, so this is a Prime Dead fault then.
No, he looked at the mod list. He knew it was in there. So.
Oh no! You should see how quickly he started typing there. The second you said that, Nexla is, it's in like quotation marks. Nexla is typing, quote unquote. No, he's not. He's angrily replying. No, I didn't. I cannot be expected to read all of them. There's 100 of them. Yeah, there are 100 mods.
Where is Nexla talking? The group chat?
No, the secret chat.
In case I miss anybody here, we got If Chat resub for 6 months. Fred Finger, thank you for the sub. Aj Luntz, 4-month resub, and then of course Nexla telling me that I should never blame him, only blame Stejo and Archangel, which is fair.
What is this secret chat now? I'm scared.
Secret chat? I'm not sure.
Is it,
The secret.
which game is it? There's 2 Arumba Steam games now.
We should increment. Can you or no?
Refresh, and the other one should leave.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with the,
Go with the one with fewer players and longer playtime, because the other playtime can't increment. It's going to stay at 51 minutes.
Yes, that's the way to go.
No, that didn't work. Send to the requested address is not valid.
do we want to
guess
put the password back on so...
Shouldn't matter. Shouldn't matter because I think that Prime, didn't you set that up with a...
Yeah, everyone who was in before can join again.
people?
Yeah. So once you're in the player list of players who have ever connected to the game, then you get to bypass any character or max player restrictions. So that's the only reason we started the game with a password in the first place, is we just wanted to make absolute sure that these guys had their slot, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, actually, it was very quick to rehost. I like it. Out of 100 mods, only 1 was bad. Nice. Ooh, Chain Gunner. I'm gonna build one.
There's another mod that could hard crash, but I don't think you're gonna use it.
That's comforting.
It's fine. It's fine. We will find it eventually.
And where have I heard that one before? It's fine. It's fine.
One of the things I love about some of the guys that are always around is that, you know, you start up a new game and then you just see the same names. You really do. I thought, okay, it was Angel 9001. I thought that was Angel 6666. Well, welcome Angel 9001. You did kind of trick me there for a second, but I swear a lot of these names, Electric Cat, I know I've seen you a lot. Electric Cat. Alan Bob, I know I've seen you before.
Yeah,
Hey,
coming.
Hey, it's the Magma McFry guy. I think I've heard of him. He's semi-famous or something.
Really? I've never heard of him before.
Yeah. Well. Here, Magma, I've made a gift for you.
Neat.
It's your very own vehicle of mass destruction. Oh, this is an interesting bug that we found today, Irindel, by the way. For whatever reason, those haulers that were allowed to drive without power or fuel, they could do it if you commanded them to, but if you tried to get into the vehicle and drive it, it wouldn't let you. So it was a weird thing. I don't really understand why they were able to move in the first place. It was very strange. Arumba, you have a very high-res face cam there, buddy. It's actually a little trick of the trade I could teach you. Some of you may remember the crew session where I showed how to make a ordinary webcam work really well and actually look really pretty damn good. It's like a $30 webcam.
Some of us, as in 3 people that are actually in chat, who were there.
I remember that one.
It was to sharpen the image.
You're not supposed to just spill the beans. That's a trade secret. It's copyright infringement. You're fired.
I'm
Sharper images. The clothing store?
What he means is that you have to, you gotta decompile the OBS subfolder
Difficult
directory.
things.
It does special things. It's trade. You gotta be part of the business to know. There's no easy quick fix. It's not possible.
Wait,
By the way,
you hire someone you don't pay though?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know how lawsuits work. So we need to. I do know this. We've got a lot of actual remote smelting happening with what people are used to, which is the Angels burner crushers and stuff. But remember, if someone isn't cleaning out the crushed stone, those will shut down. So we've got to start creating some filtered setups. We already have access to power and assembly machines, so we got to do that thing where we've got a crusher that feeds furnaces and an assembly machine. That way the stone bits can be pulled out. And
We need a lot more power. Someone should get on that.
What are you talking about? We're using 300 kilowatts right now. We've got 40 steam engines.
And
Yeah.
the production is 400. It's not even barely keeping it up with it.
That's all we're using. We're not using any power. We have access to 40 times 510 kilowatts. That's like, we got access to 20 megawatts of power. We're barely using any of it.
Oh, I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah. I think we've had this discussion before, William.
Yeah, that graph is very confusing, I will admit. And people have asked after it before, like, trying to understand like how the hell it works, because it does look kind of weird. It makes the most sense when you're at that point where you start using too much power. But before you hit that point, it kind of looks backwards to me too. Twitch chat just wants to know, where's Ryukyu?
Now, where is Ryukyu?
We got distracted by Factorio, mostly.
So you're telling me Factorio is the only game that could actually distract you from that? Wow.
Main thing
That's
is, I was playing Factorio on Tuesday. Sticho kind of tricked me into an impromptu session. We weren't planning on playing that day. We played 5 episodes and had no desyncs. This was before any of the desync stream or like figuring out what was wrong with the game at all. And so we just got like super into it again because it was working. And then we added a mod, and then I reloaded the game. I didn't pause it, and it took Sticho a few seconds to join, and one of the vehicles must have like crossed a chunk boundary. And then from then on, we just constantly desynced. And so in my head, I was like, all right, this sucks. I had so much fun. I don't want to let go. I want to play this. The only way I know to solve a problem like this quickly is to get like the smartest people I can find and just try to convince them all to sit in a room together. And it usually works. It's a surprisingly simple plan.
I'm glad you considered me smart when it came down to Factorio.
Well, no one really invited you. No, I'm just kidding. William just sort of showed up. I mean, but no, you know, so you get if you get enough smart people in a room, usually good things happen, and it worked out that way. So then we found out like 12 hours later that we had identified the bug, and then it was just grueling waiting until like 8 p.m. yesterday for Irindel to turn up online after getting home from work, because he hadn't responded all day long, and I was just like, when is he gonna get back? When is he gonna get back? I'm so excited to see his reaction, to see that we finally figured it out, and also so that he'll fix it, because I really want him to fix it. Oh man, I mean, some of you guys were in chat. You guys, I was a little bit nuts yesterday, wasn't I? Like pushing to Nextla, fix it, just fix it. How do we fix it? At one point, I was just like, so the fire entity's bad. Can we turn it into poison? Just like randomly just said, okay, this entity's no longer a fire, it's now poison. Try to load the game. Game crashes. Damn, okay, can we make it anything else? And just like changing it to random shit, just trying to make it work, because I wanted to play. Then he turns up, he fixes the patch, if he patches it, we're good to go. And then Stijo and I accidentally 8 hours today. So that's where Ryukyu went. It's one-track mind.
If I remember, at one point, you managed to convince Nextla to, over the course of like 5 minutes, code an entirely new mod just to help with the debugging progress. Or something. It was like 20 lines of code just randomly appeared in the chat.
Oh, yeah. I was asking him, I was like, so Nextla, let's just assume that we can't figure this out. I'm supposed to record with Stijo soon. If I did this, the plan at that point was, okay, what if... toward the very end of the stream on Tuesday, we were doing some stuff. Do you guys remember when we were using the console command to destroy or remove offline players?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, we were taking someone who was in a corrupt state because they had the bug happen, and then we were having them quit, and then by removing offline players, they were joining fresh. And like somehow it was actually fixing it, sort of ish. So at the time, my plan was to murder Stijo, hence my tweet where I showed him and all of his inventory in a bunch of boxes on the floor. I murdered him while he was offline, and then the next time he joined up with me on Thursday, the plan was that he would be a newly joined player, and it would actually let us play, because I wasn't sure that we would actually have the problem solved. Turns out that would have probably not worked anyway, but it was still fun. Got to murder Stijo. It's a really cool command. So, yeah. One thing that I always end up forgetting to make early on, and you need actually really early on, is brick. So I'm gonna just make a thing, making some brick. Take all this extra stone I've amassed. Bum bum bum. Oh hey, Nexla. Hey Nexla, I know you're in there. Nexla, when are you gonna do that thing where we get rid of all of the gosh darn it water recipes and we just do the shift rotate thing? That sounds so much better, doesn't it? No, it does. How are we doing on script updates anyway? We are at... Wish this thing would not bounce around. 4.6. See, that's really low compared to what Steger and I were getting. But apparently that's still kind of high, or...
It's high for the potatoes.
Yeah, I already had to ban someone because their computer.
Look at that. We already got some inserter tweaking options. Nice. I get my all my normal keybinds in the right place. I swear that should be a config setting, not a per game setting, or at least an option. Like every time I start a new game, I want these things. Middle mouse, like, reserved on my tool belt. Always. I actually had a mod that did that at one point, but I didn't like it after using it for a while because it gave me power armor or something. What's this new? This is new to me. Logistic train stop. That's a new mod, right? I don't think I've tried that yet.
Yeah, that's a really fun mod they've been trying on the slow server.
What do you mean by that? When you say slow server? So to the layman,
it's not a modded server, but the slow server was for people, or was just a lots of mods, all angels, all bobs and stuff like that.
And why do you call it?
We're already researching architecture.
Why do you call it?
Are we?
Why slow server though? Like with the game speed, or just like that's where you put the mentally deficient players, or?
No, the other way around. So it was kind of weird.
Wait a minute, slow server was for fast connections? Huh?
Yeah.
That's some poor naming convention there. Why'd you do that? I don't understand.
It's now called modded, so that's changed already.
There's a server they loaded up with all the less than stable mods for, like, if your computer wasn't fast enough, you basically couldn't play on the server.
Yeah.
And you decided that the most appropriate name for that would be the slow server.
Somehow, some way, I did.
It was because originally, to make up for people not being able to play on the server, we had the game speed lowered all the way down.
Okay.
And eventually just got fed up with it and said, you know what, if your computer's not good enough, too bad.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that approach. I feel like that is at least for, I mean, it's good to have both, right? You have one server that is like running at 30 UPS or something, just so people can participate. And truly, I think a huge part of the fun of this, especially with all these mods, is the multiplayer experience. The problem solving as a group. Of course, until someone comes and mucks up your combinator, and then you just shoot them with a rocket launcher, because that's just what you do. But yeah.
But yeah, I now have, I changed it a little, and I now have a vanilla server that's running 24/7, and I try to reset it every time a rocket is launched. I have a marathon server which launched today, so it's all Bob's mods and marathon, and the modded server which is all Bob's, all angels, and a lot of quality of life mods.
That's an interesting idea. Is there any way that you could just like program a headless host to auto server like reset on rocket launch?
Yeah, that should. It's pretty easily doable, but I can do it. Maybe Nexla can do it. It should be. Cool. It should be 3 lines of code. Maybe, hopefully.
Okay, so we needed brick because eventually we want to move to what, ore crushers, and I think, yeah, you need brick for the ore sorting facility, and you need a lot of brick for the Factorissimo buildings, which we're working on right now. Factorissimo requires Architecture 1, 200 red science packs. If everyone, if you don't mind, just, you know, real quick, everyone craft 1 red science pack. if you get a chance, 1 or 2, and just, you know, throw them into that chest at the front of the science array, we could maybe get some Factorissimo buildings up soon.
Arumba.
I think we're more in need of science labs than science packs right now.
Okay. Now you're gonna end up with 35 science labs. You realize this, right?
That's okay.
That's a good problem to have. We'll just stuff them into a factory building. These days, out of curiosity, Nexla, I know you're not in comms with us right now, but I am reading chat. Okay, here's a big no-no on multiplayer servers, apparently. Don't do blueprinted bent inserters. And when I say a bent inserter, I mean like Bob's inserters, the adjustable features of it. Don't blueprint inserters that have been modified outside of the normal parameters at all, right? Even if it's just like a yellow inserter that reaches a little bit further than it's supposed to, that's bad. Very bad. But, as long as we're not using blueprints, what are your thoughts on, like, performance? Like, I love 45 degree and 90 degrees angled inserters, just because they're so much more efficient. I love them. But are they horrible? Is it bad that I like them so much? It has no impact. Awesome! Every inserter is going to get adjusted. Look at this, I mean, just look at the difference in speed! Look at them go! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna set up a little test. I'm gonna test it. I wanna actually measure the difference. We're gonna have one inserter that's gonna be like this, one inserter that's gonna be like this. This guy is gonna go only 90 degrees. This guy's gonna go the full degrees. That's our initial chests. These are our test chests. Make sure they both have exactly 1 unit of coal. And we'll just put a bunch of stuff in there. And then we'll see which one. Wait. Pretty sure I only gave it 1 coal. Did you give it more coal? Did someone else give it more coal? Or where'd the extra coal come from? That's weird. Anyway, either way, I can just measure. You can already see, look at this. It's 22, 23. It's already twice as far. Just that little change. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because it's going half the distance. But it's amazing. I love it. And apparently it doesn't cause any issues with performance whatsoever. If anything, it probably makes it perform better, wouldn't it? Because the entity has to move less to get the same amount of net effect. And then once it's done with its job, it turns off. Although, it does seem like the 45 degree ones kind of... There's a slight gain in 45 degree angled inserters. Can we even make them 45 degrees yet? No. But there's that weird thing where an inserter actually takes longer to adjust its reach distance than it does to rotate. So you never really want to do like a 2 distance away reach and a 1 drop distance away drop. Because then the inserter's got to like change the length of itself. It also looks really weird when they do it. But yeah, you can very clearly see a huge performance difference. And this is a waste of resources now, so I'm going to go throw it into the actual assembly area. If you're unfamiliar, by the way, if you're in the server and you don't know how I did that, you've never done it before, I believe that the default key binding is Shift-E. You hold down, you press Shift-E while your mouse is hovered over an inserter. Now watch everyone do this all at once and the game will crash. No, I'm just kidding. Don't crash, please. So while your mouse cursor is over an inserter, you Shift-E to open it up, and then you'll see this graphic that lets you kind of bend the inserter. I rebound mine to F1 because I think Shift-E is silly.
Ooh, multicolored alien artifacts.
Yeah, there's a lot of alien artifacts in here. What's this other thing? Dark dirt. I will make dark dirt. Used to build dark dirt. Okay.
What is dark dirt?
I don't know, but I just made some dark dirt.
It's like more force.
Apparently it just like lets you redo the ground. You can make the ground look different. I can make grass out of stone. Can't explain that.
You harvest... I'm not even going to try to explain it right now.
Yeah. From stone comes grass, the seeds.
Yeah. It's all logical, but just trust it. Sure.
Just a quick reminder, since I completely forgot, if you listened earlier when I asked you to make one red science pack, don't forget that it's in your inventory. Maybe want to go put it near the science area. Because that's totally what I just did. Do we have like a mod on right now that makes it so like extra dark? I thought there was a talk of like a after dark mod or something. Do we have that on?
No, I didn't add that.
This is just vanilla darkness? God, I am so out of touch. I hate it when it's dark.
Why aren't
Make lamps.
Like,
I am. I'm putting them everywhere.
Arumba.
Why are what now?
Why aren't we using Arumba lights?
Ask Prime Dead. Prime Dead's the guy hosting the server.
Yeah, Prime Dead. Why aren't we using alien biomes?
That's a good question too. I've heard that one was really good.
It's like 20 megabytes extra, and it's already such a huge pack. So
He does it to spite me.
But like, it doesn't matter. How do we
But,
have
yeah.
building signs? We need more science labs.
More labs? Okay.
Yeah, we're overproducing on the packs, so we can go for more labs.
Oh, hey, Nexula. By the way, this will end up coming up in one of the episodes that Caesar and I recorded. You know that combinator thing you did? The thing that lets you, like, move combinators with Picker Mod? There are so many entities that thing would be useful on. Like, electrical poles, inserters, like... Especially inserters that have been adjusted. It'd be so nice to be able to just say, like, yeah, do that, put that inserter, just move it up a tile. It's a really handy feature that you made. Very easy to get distracted. I said I was going to walk around and like look at stuff, and now here I am just like building. Playing Factorio. Magma in particular, you are European as well?
Yeah.
What time is it where you are? 4 a.m. Why are you still awake? Is this just because you want to play?
No, right now I'm actually in the process of writing my master's thesis, and since that doesn't have any fixed time requirements, I can just adjust my daylight cycle whenever I like. I have literally no other things to do.
Yeah, casually
so
writing a master
stay awake
thesis.
until whenever I like.
Remember, you're ruining people's lives, man.
This mod has absolutely no abuse potential. Nope. I love Arumba. Hey, is there a trick to the... Did you manually remove the little circles? Because DJ and I were noticing that like there was like no way to type a text string without those if you just didn't want them. It's a cool effect, but like we were trying to like label... We don't have the sticky notes mod. We were trying to like label some combinator stuff we were doing, and it was like... This was our best option.
Is Nexula in game?
You just got
Zero.
booted for AFK.
Is
Really?
Archangel in game?
I haven't seen Archangel. He went to bed before we started, I think. It's really late where he's as well.
He put some updates out before he went to bed though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I already saw someone driving up around with a hauler, so I made the hauler station, so maybe other people can get the hauler and get stuff from the mining vehicles to the hauler station.
Ooh, these are cool. Herringbone wood floors, dark wood floors. I feel like I'm playing Minecraft right now. Are we building like a little house with 120% movement speed?
I'm trying to resist the urge to do so.
What does this do as far as pollution consumption goes? You know how grass eats pollution? Is it like cement basically? Does it completely remove that effect?
I believe any floor does that. But it does have a movement speed bonus if you mouse over it in the place where you build it.
Probably consumes pollution.
I mean, it is still wood, so...
I don't think wood consumes pollution.
Yeah, but it's like dead wood.
It breathes. Maybe. I don't know. Somehow I ended up with a lot of extra stuff. I should not do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to just put down temporary things in a multiplayer server. It's just, this is here, and then someone's gonna walk by and it's just gonna stay there, and I can say I was probably there for a reason. No, it really wasn't. I just messed up. Shouldn't be there.
Arumba, someone in Twitch chat was asking if there is a keybind to close the inserter settings menu rather than having to manually hit the OK button every time.
Yeah, if you press Shift E again, it will close. Or and you can actually move from one inserter configuration screen to another. So like, let's say you press Shift E on one inserter, set it how you want, and then walk, like physically walk a little bit, and then while your mouse is over another inserter, a different one, and you press Shift D, it will open up that one's interface. The other one will take the update, because it updates the second you change anything. But yeah, so that's why I suggest using F1, because it's not used for anything. You can just use F1. I use F1, F2, F3 for my primary keyboard shortcuts for big mods. F1 is my inserters, adjustable inserters one. F2, I think I usually use for foreman. It's either F2 or F3 is foreman, and then the other one, whichever one it is the advanced logistics system. But I don't think we have that mod on the server right now, because it's actually not as good in multiplayer. Bigger group multiplayer. 2-man multiplayer, really good. Is there not like a location I could dump a whole bunch of crushed steertite? Do we have a furnace column for that? I'm not seeing one.
Is that the stone one?
Is that one down? Is that this one here? Is this just not set up? I'm going to assume yes.
There's a new bunch of furnace columns. I didn't see those. Suddenly everything. Also, we've researched architecture already. Holy shit, you guys are fast.
Hey, there's like 50 of us. And we're on the same team.
Still, you're fast.
Okay, so we have architecture. We're working on loaders, which is really easy. So who wants to be the first person? It's a race now. Everyone fight for resources, quickly. Who can build the first factory building? And how quickly can we crash the game by having all of us go into it at once? Or have you already bug tested that, Magma? What's the most players you've had in the Surface at once?
Well, bug tests, I think 2 actually. I only ever played one multiplayer game with Iron Cartographer just to test before the release of Factorio Mod 2.
We're at 36 players. I think the cap is still 50, so there's room for 14 more players. If you guys are watching on Twitch, or whatever, you want to come join us. You said Iron Cartographer. Is he another modder, or just a friend of yours, or is he famous? Do we know him for anything? Do we have any mods that
he's active on Reddit and on Twitter? Discord.
Nice.
And I think he does mods too.
How do you do the sticky notes again? You have to make them and then place them? What's the difference between a sticky note and a sticky sign?
The sign shows up on the minimap?
No, both are the same. They just look different.
One's more like a warning, basically.
Yeah.
Wait, text 5. How is a...
You write text on it.
I know this one. It's that's part of Picker mod, isn't it? There's like the keyboard shortcut to edit the name of an entity, or is that part of the actual sticky notes mod?
That's part of sticky notes.
Arumba trying to mess with my my sticky sign over here.
It's you can edit it with Alt W.
Alt W. It's in the key binding settings. Yeah.
Thank you.
High stream, auto show, map mark. Oh, also display the text on the general map. There's actually a button to make it do that, like a train station. Blocked by force.
You can also rename entities like belt or assembly machine.
Why is a raven like a writing desk? Are we gonna get a bunch of really good jokes? Really good jokes. No corny ones allowed.
It's the Mad Hatter's riddle.
Chest without sign. Oh, so Irindel, how did you do this? How did you get the text beneath the chest? Is that part of the picker then?
No, that's also sticky notes. You can put it on any entity.
So you create a sticky note, and then you just click it onto an entity, and then it is tied to it?
You just press, you hover over an entity, press Alt W, and you make text.
Oh, so you don't even have to have a sticky note. Holy crap. Yeah. Text 19 is apparently the name that this machine gets. Why in the hell did Stejo not want this mod? I tried to tell him, hey, these guys said we should use this, and he's like, nah. We've already got iron text plates, which are awesome, Irindel, don't get me wrong. But like, this is really handy. I can imagine using this on combinator logic and making it make a lot of sense. How do you clear it completely? Gotta press delete?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, remember, you're telling me I can go to every single entity now and say William is the best one?
You could. It'd be a very good way to get one of the moderators like William to ban you. William, you would have to ban yourself.
You know, I can, I have all of them locked by admin, so no one can change them except for the owner. Be fun.
This is how revolutions get started. William is bad right off the bat.
Okay, so I don't have a factory building yet. I don't have enough iron or stone. Oh shoot! I thought that they required brick. I've been trying to convert lots of stone into brick. But we need stone.
Roomba.
Bricks are for the Mark IIs.
Yeah, I think in Factorissimo 1, didn't that in the first? Well, there was only one building, right? And it required brick.
Oh,
bricks
no,
and steel.
Really?
He's faking it.
You think it's a fake desync?
Yeah,
Nice.
kind of.
He's being a drama queen.
Fixed it for you. Text plates has been fixed. What was wrong with text plates?
So we have a factory building.
When you
Go to either one. The first guy to place one.
Oh, we've got one. Pile in.
Alright, party in the factory! What if can you use like the sticky note thing to rename the factory building and then...
Yeah, it's already happened.
Yeah. Hello, world. We need indoor lighting. Where's the research for factory building? We need factory upgrade interior lighting. It's just red. Just give us this one. It's dark in here. Those are some big iron H's.
Large. Did you ask for permission to change the research?
I don't know. The game let me. I did it.
No, it's a joke because you just changed the research right after I told everyone not to change the research.
Oh, I wasn't reading chat. Oh, there's 2 factories now. Okay, so what do we? Okay, we got all these different things. What are we gonna do? What's the plan? Are we gonna use the time we have until Irindel falls asleep to play in the factory, or to play with AAI? I mean, depends. Magma, do you have to leave soon too?
Well, I can stay up till whenever.
I mean,
nice.
Play with the AI inside the factory?
That seems like a great way to crash the game. Let's do it.
Got him.
I'm gonna see what happens if I drive one of these things in the factory building.
Oh god.
Oh, it just crashes into the building. Damn. So I can't just drive the entity in. What if I place it inside a factory building? Are you supposed to be able to put Yeah, I've seen people drive trains around inside. I saw somebody who had, for some reason, there was a post.
This factory is full of shit.
There was a post on Reddit at one point where this guy, for no reason at all, had like a train station, a fully functional train and multiple stations inside a Factory Sumo building. Just because he could.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, at least once. You try anything once, right?
There we go, not Sprite inside here.
Okay, so it's sand. Okay, so we have dirt. Nice. It's very pretty.
Oh.
I didn't know you can do that.
Yeah, that's the water
So
fix
you can
mod. That's the
add
thing I was
that.
earlier.
Oh, okay. So that's kind of weird. So now we can exit the building now by.
Also, we can no longer see where the connections are.
We can just like wander off into the corner. Lovely. Interesting interaction. Not expected.
This is slightly horrible.
We're bastardizing his mod. It's great.
No, it's not great because now you can just grease the factory buildings.
Do it to the whole thing quickly.
So wait, we can
Stop it.
Wait a minute. How come I can't exit from the north of the building? I was distinctly able to exit the factory building from the south of the building in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, because it just checks the Y position.
Oh, so it's just
factory
bottom of the factory.
Exactly.
No, they're not endless. There seems to be like a limit to how far you can place the sand. I was trying to go further. This is the edge.
There's 3 tiles worth of fake void around the factory building, just so you can place stuff, tiles or something, up to the edge of the placeable area of the factory building, the buildable area. But the water fix mod just makes it so you can place stuff directly up to the edge of water or void, as it may be.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, yeah, all this fake void can be placed over, and this is what's happening right now.
Now, I seem to recall messing around with this. Why is there no light in this factory building? Don't we have the factory research? Does the light not apply?
There's no power.
I put it in my pocket and ran off with it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think Steezer and I did this, like, the very first thing we did when we first played with Factory Sumo 1 was, like, pick up a factory building when someone else was in it and see what happens, because we wanted to know. So, we're on, like, another layer or something right now, right? And even if this factory building were picked up, we stay here.
Exactly. That's what's happened already.
So here's my new test. You say that there's locations on the edges of this that are fake void. I'm gonna put down some sand and try to put a pump just to see what happens. If it's fake void, I'm assuming that Nalvis has real void on the very edge behind the fake void. Aha!
Exactly. Yes.
Water!
Yes. Even more cheats.
We have indoor plumbing! Yes! Of course, the problem is that corner piece is not placeable. I can't build a... I need more sand. I ran out of sand. Be right back. I'm gonna go get some sand.
Just to remind everyone, that's because of the water fix mod.
So we need to use underground pipe. We can have indoor plumbing. We can create a urinal and a other things as well. It'll be beautiful. No one will ever want to leave.
So that was probably the last thing that factory buildings need.
I've got an idea. Is anyone still in here? Okay.
Okay, so now we got our water pump, and I think I placed it too high actually, so I'm gonna move it down to like here. And now we can just underground pipe in that other space, and now we have, indoor plumbing. We got water. Water from nowhere. Lovely. And what are we going to do with this water? I have no idea. I just think it's interesting. Interesting mod interactions.
Run all the power.
Oh, hey, Nextla's back. And why on earth would he teleport here, of all places?
Maybe this is where he
couldn't have been here.
off.
He got kicked a while ago, and we didn't have any factory buildings yet he got teleported onto a different layer.
If factory building was placed on where he disconnected from.
No, that doesn't make sense.
He says that he actually rejoined earlier, and I just wasn't paying attention. Very likely. So you could already do this though. You could already get water into a factory building. You would use a much more expensive technology, right? That enables the pipe connection or something, or is that available right away?
Excuse me, I didn't hear that.
In order to do water into a factory building, is that like initial, or do you have to? Yeah, here it is. Factory upgrade fluid connections. It's just red science, but it lets you use a transfer pipe. So it's not like we're doing anything crazy. We're just doing it in a weird way because it's funny.
Good
Yeah,
night, Arundel.
basically.
Stop changing the research.
Although, in theory, this would actually be better for UPS if you use the internal water sources instead of using your transfer pipe, wouldn't it?
Mildly.
Tiny bit.
Tiny amount of better.
A tiny amount of better.
Still, like 20 boilers worth of power with a factory bulk transfer connection, even at the lowest update rate. So once every 2 seconds, that would still be enough. Those things transfer huge amounts of fluids.
Why do we have no power at all, even though we have 30.4 megawatts of active power generation?
Because someone changed the factory power input limit to 100 gigawatts, so there's like 16 or 1 gigajoule of buffer. So this 1 gigajoule of buffer needs to be filled up, and yeah, we don't provide nearly enough power to do that in a reasonable amount of time. So basically, we have to set the factory limits a bit more down.
How come every time I press Control R?
See, now we have light again.
Every time I press Control R to like decrease the throughput of power, I'm getting a pop-up saying selection does not support renaming. Is that another mod that's trying to conflict with the default Control R rotate thing? That's Picker mod, isn't it? Picker mod that wants to rename things with Control R.
No, we lost Arundel.
I mean, come on, let's be realistic. We only need, like, not even probably 5 megawatts into something like this right now. So, how big is the buffer? Is it a multiplier of the transfer rate? Magma, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Basically, 5 megawatts is like 0.8 or 0.08 or something megajoules per tick. So basically, if you take the number in megajoules per in the number of megawatts in megajoules per tick, and then just use that number of megajoules, that's the buffer size.
You just spoke a whole bunch of Greek. What does that mean? So how big is this fake there's an invisible accumulator somewhere, right? That's holding the power?
For every 60 megawatts of transfer, there's 1 megajoule of buffer.
For every 60?
Yeah, because there's 60 ticks in a second.
I apologize, but I don't actually even understand what a megajoule is compared to a megawatt. I think that a watt is like a joule per second or something, but exactly. I always get them confused because I'm not a master electrician, and it's wizardry is what it is. Confusing wizardry. Burn the heretics. Good night, Arundel. Sorry, you can't hang out longer. I know you gotta sleep. It's the thing. People do it. Someone figured out how to get a tumbler to drive to Arumba. Someone figure out. So you're not saying someone did. You're telling someone that they need to do it. Okay. I would love to play with some of that stuff. The performance seems to be having some issues now. We're down to like 11 FPS right now, and it's coming from AAI Minor is at 30 plus script updates per second right now.
Oh,
the last time I just checked. It's coming back down now. It's at 22 for me. Now 18, now 14, now 8. What was that? Did we have like a minor in another layer or something there?
Putting miners in the...
Why did it suddenly... Oh, I was stuck in one? Why did it suddenly change? Now it's huge again. It's back up to 20. Back down to 11. Now 8. Now 9. Whoever's doing that, don't be shy. Just tell us what you did. so we can reproduce and optimize. Because there's a clear, like, it's going up then going down. I ran into one? No, I don't think running into them. Driving them should really do that, should it? There was one stuck on a belt loop. I've never seen it pulse that high. Granted, I've also not played with the AI stuff and like 30, 40, 50 people. So it could be the multiplayer part, or it could be... I've never tried putting one inside into a factory building either. I've also never put dirt everywhere inside a factory building. There's a lot of things I haven't tried.
Where did you go, Prime Dead?
I'm rejoining. I left because I had my settings pretty high apparently.
Oh.
And my computer couldn't handle it, so I should be able to catch up.
That was another big spike. It's spiking again. It's as soon as Irindel left, so he's coded in some sort of only run the game well if I'm in there. It's hidden code.
What's with all this, like, all these notes about taking me down?
Let me see. I'm putting one on a belt to see what happens.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna submit that we should just go like a fairly straightforward route, yeah? We should take one of the factory buildings, and that should just be the smashing factory.
These things. Doesn't DC kick in?
I think it isn't a DC
W?
so that's fine.
How do you pick up sticky signs once you put it down?
Pick up?
It's too bad that you can't really control the positioning of the text better with this.
Well, but it's like, it won't let me pick it up. It just says it can't be mined.
I can see what you mean, Magma, about how placing down the dirt means that it's going to be a lot harder to find the connections. I assume the connections will still work, but they certainly are harder to see now.
Oh, that's neat. People are managing to pick up the sand and stuff. So it's just you can.
Yeah,
just
it's like it's brick. Yeah, so if you have any type of floor, you can just pick up the sand.
Yeah, pick up the sand while someone's in the void, and then you have them stranded in the void. That's very practical.
Or even better, pick up the dirt after you've already placed down an invisible pump on to like land you shouldn't be able to access.
You guys are so cheaty.
And it'll still work, just like if you... Oh, actually, it disappeared. That's weird.
I actually want to try that.
I bet I'd have to leave that one tile there.
Oh,
oh shit, sorry.
It killed you?
You fell into the void because it
cast
took
me
the wood
into
out
the
from under him.
darkness.
I'm so sorry.
Wait a minute, so I thought you said he'd be stranded. He died?
Because I took the wood out from under him. He placed a wooden plank out to the side of the factory, and then I took the plank away, and he just fell into the void, apparently.
Have you never seen,
horribly.
like, Wile E. Coyote or anything? Like, shouldn't you know what happens when you take the wood out from underneath someone?
I thought he would just get stranded and stuck or something, like if you get stuck in
You
an
shrank my
entity.
world into nothing, and nothing is what I became.
I'm so sorry, man. I can never repay that.
Oh, I lost all my fish.
Sorry. That one was me. I saw you there and I just kept doing it anyway.
It's very nice of you, Arumba.
Tufeki. I don't know what's happening to the belt. How much belt do I have right now? I have 44. If I just do this... I think it's destroying the belt as well. If you pick the ground up, there's like belt along the perimeter of this factory building. I think that any entity is just dying. They probably just wasted a lot of...
Remember, you just killed me.
Hey man, I'm just trying to clean my factory up. This is the smashing place. This is where we smash stuff. The smashing station or something.
Freaking handrails or something.
Or I had all the wood in the entire game. Like,
please keep all hands and feet inside the factory limits.
Why did you have all that wood? That's just kind of silly.
Because it was from the miners from the very beginning.
Oh.
Why didn't it just share?
The good news is that we can just grow more. I like that. I like that alert. This won't work yet. You need to research recursion. And even if we had recursion 1, this still wouldn't work yet because you can't put a layer 1 factory into a layer 1 factory until you've got the second tier of recursion.
Yeah, exactly. The message says you need to research recursion 2 first.
What happened to copper?
I think that there's proper, what are they called?
Sorting.
Oh, there's something set up properly for iron, but nothing for...
No, they're setting up sources here for copper.
I actually have no iron.
Dumping offload.
Pokemon is better than Digimon? Send joke. Oh wow, steel looks different. Angel's just not happy with any of the in-game entity appearance. It's just changing it all. Every one needs to be changed.
Was that Nixla changing all this?
Yeah, no, recursive factories, Twitch is asking, whoa! Not seen this before. What the hell is metallurgy? This is part of one of Angel's, right? I don't think I've ever used this one.
That one's the really complicated way of smelting things.
Oh, yeah, great, because petrochem wasn't enough?
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So wait a minute, I thought that Angel's ores or something, it already has like a 6-tier processing system. What's this metallurgy crap?
Even more.
More tiers.
Alright, you know what I'm gonna do is the next time I record with Tijo, I'm just gonna spring this into this series, like the mod pack, and just not mention it.
He's not gonna notice.
Just see if he realizes.
He's not gonna notice anything that's not combinators.
Advanced cobalt. Okay, so
I mean, it looks great. It adds to the whole factory theme, but it's just, you know, it's an Angel thing.
It's not required though. It's just for extra stuff you can use it.
For senselessly making things more complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You get like 2 times output for more power usage and more resources put into the initial setup.
No, you do not get 2 times the output. Excuse me.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 times.
More like 1.1 times.
Okay.
I've played with this before. It's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a recipe right now. Advanced iron smelting, as an example, is you take 24 iron ore and you get 24 iron ingots. Okay, so and then an iron ingot is used as what? Okay, to make the actual plates, you then take your ingots and you melt them. 12 iron ingots becomes 12 molten iron, so we're still at 1-to-1. And then it's still 1-to-1 molten iron into iron plates. It's just 1-to-1 to 1-to-1, which is the exact same thing as vanilla. 1 iron ore is 1 iron plate.
That's at the base here. For every extra step of complexity you add, you get slightly more out of it. So you put in overcomplicated steps, and you get slightly more for each ore that you put in.
So that's like his
productivity modules or something.
Yeah, it's like it's productivity without actually having a module.
Yeah.
Productivity via complexity.
Plus, and that's the main selling point, is that it looks really cool.
We could, for fun, we could rename some of these mods. Like, I think that Angel's mods, and I say this with all love and affection, Angel's mods should be renamed to something like Aneurysm Stimulator. like aneurysm, something clever. That's like a alliterative type word. You know, like all uses a. So what would the second word be if the first word were aneurysm? Aneurysm accelerant? Like if you were going to have an aneurysm, this would be a great way to accelerate it, right? I do actually kind of want to play with metallurgy though now, honestly, because I'm a masochist.
It's pretty cool once you get into it, but when you start off with it, it's just like the first like 2 hours I put into it, I was just going, why? What's the point? Why? Yeah.
So ore processing 1 lets you make an ore processing machine. Is that any different, or like what is that? How is that different than the crusher in the smelter?
I'm trying to remember.
It looks very basic. It's just iron, stone brick, and basic circuit boards. Twitch chat's chiming in now saying automated aneurysm auto authorizer. The aneurysm amplifier. That's good. Pokemore says you need to get to smelting 3 to really get a good advantage out of this stuff.
Yeah.
Is that the highest tier?
No, I think that's just when it starts giving you a net profit.
Oh wow, advanced iron smelting is only red and green signs though? That's actually a small amount of research. I would have expected a lot more. What is a sea-floor pump? What is a solid nodule? These are questions that I don't have the answer to.
God, he's had even much stuff since last time I played it.
Just build all 9 layers of hell.
How do we get carbon? I know that one. We need basic chemistry, which is almost done, and the research keeps getting changed. I'll change it back to basic chemistry just because it's almost complete anyway. With basic chemistry, we will have the ability to do one more tier of research, which I think is just coal processing, should allow us to make carbon. It looks different than vanilla. So if you're looking for like a carbon... Wait, is carbon even in vanilla? Or am I thinking of the Bob's?
Carbon is in Bob's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks different than the Bob's version of carbon. So it's
there's like 5 more steps.
It's actually just 2 for the first tier of carbon. You can make carbon a couple different ways. But, yeah, it's like 3 little stacked squares is what a piece of carbon looks like.
I think you need at least 3 byproducts, or 3 intermediate products, like carbon dioxide and crushed coal and coal coke. Yeah,
you get the carbon dioxide from a liquefier, which can take I think it's the coke, and then so you crush coal, which becomes crushed coal, and then you do something to the crushed coal, and that gives you both of the other 2 things. It's like 3 machines. It's very simple. I'll even set it up for you as soon as the research is done.
I think the best way to...
I was gonna ask, like, what would happen if I'm immune to death and someone would put me in the void?
I think you would die.
But I'm immune to death, so I can't die.
How? In which way would you be immune to death?
Turn on the space book, and I made it so I cannot die.
Well, let's try it.
Still die.
Hey, I'm in the middle one.
You're just trying to crash the game again.
Broke the server, yep.
It's fine.
Oh, you can still die in void that way.
Yeah. I think the best way to explain Angel's metallurgy is that it's an extra... There he goes. It's like an extra layer of refining. Like how in Angel's ore sorting, you can like crush sapphire, and you can directly smelt the crushed sapphire into iron if you want to, but you don't get that much iron out of it. Whereas you can add more steps, like you can refine the crushed sapphire, you can like make crystals out of it, pour acid all over it, and by the end of it, you're getting what, like 10 iron plates from 1 bit of sapphire ore. The Angel's metallurgy is like another layer of that.
So basically, Angel forgot that he did Angel's mods, and then he made it again. Is that about right?
It's Yeah, it's more complicated version of sorting. Yes.
So somebody made a mock-up of all the different steps in Angels, and he looked at that and said, I can do better, and he Factorioed it, and just made it even more complicated. Okay. Seems
I mean,
fair.
at this point, can you be surprised that Angel would overcomplicate his own overcomplication?
Okay, before I forget, I do definitely want to try out these new entities. Casting Machine Mark 1, Induction Furnace. I want to do that. But before I do that, I'm going to make coal.
Remember that one desync that happened just earlier?
Yeah.
Nothing happened since then, right?
I think so.
We had another desync a little bit after that. I think this is like legit desync stuff.
Weird.
But isn't a desync still like always something? It doesn't just happen in
But
vanilla.
I mean,
does it?
it's more like a, I don't know, like the person's computer just sucks.
Their internet connection to my server isn't that good, or has packet loss, and then it could desync too.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe some packet corruption, because I think packet loss is protected against because it's a TCP connection, or I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's an UDP connection, so there's a little.
Okay, but they
packet
have
loss.
their own synchronization scheme.
Yeah.
Okay, Magma, I found you. Where do you want... Let's make carbon together. Where do you want to make it?
All right then.
What Goy Radio in Twitch chat says is what makes sense. Angel's sorting is like trying to get more iron ore, say, out of like sapphire, whereas Angel's metallurgy is trying to get more iron plate out of iron ore. So it's like the next step
Let's put
up.
the carbon over here. It is coal and water. I think that's all we need.
That makes sense though. I mean, that's not a bad sounding thing. I don't know why we don't have it. So I think we need 2 liquefiers. The first liquefier is going to create carbon dioxide for us to feed the carbon machine. I've already crafted one. I'm about to finish the second. We could also use some lights because it's dark. I don't know if I... Okay, so machine number 1 is going to make carbon dioxide from coal. They'll just grab from the coal line that's right there. Make the carbon dioxide, immediately goes into there. Now we got our carbon dioxide in. Now we need coke. To make coke, we're going to throw down a ore crusher. The crusher is going to crush coal. We'll grab coal in, and now we'll smash the coal.
We need to put a furnace in the middle.
And now, with the crushed coal, we need to make the coke. And I think coke, if I remember correctly, coke is just made in a regular furnace. It's just cooked coke. And you can actually run both parts of this off of the output. So we could do something like this.
I think you're mixing something up.
No, I'm good. Watch. Just watch.
Oh, you're doing it. But you mentioned it all the wrong way.
I said I give you carbon, and there's carbon. Done.
Yeah, great.
3 entities plus a furnace. No big deal. See? Simple.
I like
because you can actually you can cook. It'll use both. Like, you can burn. What is this? Crushed coke with crushed coal. So it's still a fuel source. Anyway, sorry. William was saying.
I was saying I like my coke coal preferably.
So warehouses. This is different. This is the Angels version of warehouses. Okay. So it looks like he's overhauled his warehouses mod, hasn't he? Does he still have silos? Does he still have the silos mod, or is that just like gone now?
It's still there, I think.
I think I added silos.
Yeah, there's still silos.
Yeah, it should be in there.
In fact,
Oh, okay.
have them unlocked, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see him. So he's got silos and Angels warehouses now.
He always had those.
Also warehousing.
Oh wait, is the warehousing just like an Angel updated icon, but regular warehousing mod?
No, I think Angel's warehousing is really a third mod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to make one. check it out, see if it's totally the same or not.
It's a little bit less big, the warehouses, because the warehousing mod creates really big warehouses, and those are really UPS intensive.
I know that the what's it called, the logistic warehouse with 2,000 inventory slots typically causes a little bit of a hiccup just on opening it.
Yeah, that
are the
mostly.
Let's see.
Storage warehouse.
Yeah, it looks like.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just commenting that the Angels version of logistic warehouses has a storage size of 768, so it's like a third of the size of regular warehouse mod. And on you go, your turn. What do you got?
Is iron and copper supposed to be on the same line?
Only if you're talking about the far south area, because someone has set up some, I think, steertite ore sorting, and it creates both.
Talking about like right next to.
I think this is a temporary setup. I don't know who did this. Nevernight.
Yeah, because you put copper ore and iron ore on the same line, it is now smelting it.
Yeah, this is temporary. I don't know what he's planning what to do with it, but
As long as you're not using like crushed sapphirite and crushed steertite, you're actually using iron ore and copper ore. You could always just sort it later, because it only takes one piece to actually do the smelt job. You'll never get like a situation where the inserters pick up the wrong item.
That is true.
But it probably pays to do some sorting. We've had the ability to make loaders for a long time. We could make some loaders and do some loader sorting.
I mean, we have dedicated iron production up here, and a lot of other smelting areas doing nothing.
Yeah, I think a very common mistake that players make when they first try out Angels is that they assume that every single tier of Angels refining that they can do, they should do. And you really don't need to. Like, you just gotta make sure your iron is there. It's the main one. Like, pretty much just ignore everything except for iron for a long, long time. Tons of iron. Then you tease in a little bit of tin. Tin and lead and aluminum, and you're good to go. Oh, we don't even have, how long have we been playing so far, anyway?
It is 10:30.
An hour and 58 minute words, man. An hour and 58 minutes in, we still don't have blue inserters.
Yep, plus another 50 minutes because of the restart.
No, I typed /play, which is the how long has this save been going since start, so it's accurate.
Your minions have not been doing their job properly.
Well, I attest. I would say that's just an instructions type thing. People don't know what to do. There's a lot. There's 100 mods. There's literally 100 mods, right? Prime Dead. 100.
Yeah, well, I removed that one mod, so it's 99.
99.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mods. I could easily see why people wouldn't know what to do or where to start. So.
I don't even know how to play vanilla Factorio. Science is dead.
It's pretty amazing that we can have 100 mods on a single server and still have like 30 people on.
Alright,
Yep, science is dead because of lack of copper.
Alright, I am gonna figure out this new metallurgy stuff. That is very interesting to me.
Yeah, if you want to see a quick setup, I've got a screenshot if you want to take a quick peek at it.
So it looks like to actually even do it, to even get to the molten iron parts, we have to do some like sapphirite or steertite sorting to get it to iron ore. You can't do it with just steertite or sapphirite ore. or what are these little things called again? Not chunks. They're called crushed sapphirite can't be turned into iron ingots, basically. Not directly. There's an extra step in between, right?
Whoa, my FPS just went to shit.
Yeah, we have like no I have like no copper.
Yeah, it depends on how many steps you put in, but I think you start off with creating iron ingots and then melting that down into molten iron and then putting that into casting machines to make the iron plates. And then the more research you unlock, the more machines you can add to complicate the process but get more yield. I think the furthest I got was sorted iron into iron pellets, into iron ingots, molten iron, then iron plates. That was when I first started seeing profits.
Okay.
But the last time I played was like 5 or 6 months ago, and it looks like there's even more machines now. Oops, there's spiders in the base. Hello.
Don't worry about those ones. They're fine.
Oh, all right.
They're not trying to bother anyone. Don't worry about it. The Prime Dead, the server is having some issues.
I think it's the miners or something like that. I don't know. It's not the server.
Some people are still trying to build a proper factory, and so we have admins placing biters.
You think they're placing? Oh yeah, you spawned a biter spawner in the center of our base. Why? why would you do this?
Stop! They're making too much noise. They're bothering me.
Are they on our team or something? They're not.
Oh, they drop little bits of candy when you kill them.
Are you off spider murdering?
Okay, so I am going to figure this out. I've got like 5 new entities that I want to go play with. I'm going to go play with them in the Smash in Space. My new home. That's where I live. So we've got this thing called a powder mixer. Okay, it's a 2x2 entity with no recipes available. Nice. Nice. That's what I like to see. Extra machines with no recipes.
You have to research every ore individually in 3 tiers.
Okay,
Yep.
so we've got a blast furnace. This can make iron ingots out of iron ore. I actually have some on me. Oh, apparently it's fueled, so it's like a furnace. Crafting speed of 1, so it's on the same level as like a stone furnace, as far as furnaces are concerned. Okay, so those ingots are going to go into the next step, which I think was the... I don't know, I've got more. There's this thing, induction furnace.
Yep, that one. That's it.
Wow, I guessed right. Okay, so we're going to take the iron ingots, and somehow the induction furnace without a fuel source is going to melt it. Nice. Alright, so we'll do the whole, like, rotatey, twisty inserters, because they're faster. More energy efficient, since we don't have blue ones yet. And this is going to make, what I'm assuming is actually going to be liquid. It's going to be liquid iron.
Right.
So this, you know, suspend your disbelief here, because this makes very little sense to me. We're going to run molten iron through iron pipes, which is not going to it's not going to melt the iron pipe because it's special.
It's tempered iron.
It's special. So we have liquid molten iron fluid, and now we've got one more of these things. Is it the chemical furnace or the casting machine? Probably casting machine.
Yeah.
And from there we make iron plate from iron. Ooh, I like the sound effect. Interesting location for the inputs. Wonder why he did that. Well, iron is like the very last thing we actually need right now, but okay, so that just takes iron ore and basically does nothing. Effectively,
right,
this effectively does absolutely nothing. We could just cook it in a regular furnace.
Yep,
or you do all this and still get a 1-to-1 ratio.
Right, you have to research more machines and complexity to get more yield out of it. You unlock the ability to make iron pellets, which turn into iron ingots at a better ratio. And then eventually you can get, I forget what it's called, sorted crushed iron or something. Sorted iron, I don't know, they look like little trays of iron ore.
So you're saying my options are do this or just do this.
Guys, look at some of these technologies.
This one
For
seems
example,
simpler.
the nodule processing technology.
I mean, I think the idea is that for every like extra step you add to the process, you get a better ratio.
Yeah, but the amount
not
of
a
extra
great
steps increases like exponentially. For example, with this nodule processing research technology that I'm just looking at.
Which
we
one?
have-
What's called
we
what?
have
I can't understand that first
nodule
word.
processing.
Nodule. Okay, nodule
Yeah,
processing.
nodule, whatever. So we start with some solid nodules, which we get from something else, and then we crush that, and then we add water, and then we
But wait. I remember
concentrate it with.
the water. The nodules come from mud. You take water and then you mix it with dirt to make mud, and then the mud becomes nodules. So are you basically just adding more water to the mud? Nodules.
Well, yeah, basically, and then we add more water to get concentrated nodule slurry, and then we add mineral sludge, and then we add sulfuric acid, and then we add some mineral catalyst, and then finally we get something that is actually usable in something else.
The solid nodule is that? Wait,
No,
what
it's
is the
actually
actual
The
end?
useful product is the manganese ore, and the manganese ore is used for manganese ingots, and that's a thing that you can use to duplicate iron. Basically, you can convert manganese into iron 1-to-1.
Okay.
As
So-
blood spurts from my nose.
So it sounds to me like this is a
the playback. It looks like Arumba's getting a headache.
this is a water-based iron production chain, if I'm understanding it correctly, because I think pretty much the primary source here is water.
Yeah, well, you
Is-
can always add a bunch of water because water is free, but you need some solid nodules first to get from somewhere on. So you need a bunch of sulfuric acid and mineral catalyst and stuff. All those things that also require like 50 processing steps to make first.
Wait, what does the powder mixer do?
Yeah, there was another. It has no
Gotta
available
research
recipes yet.
Is it like something we have to research?
There's
Yeah.
also this entity that I've never seen before right here. This one. It's like a new chemical. Apparently there aren't enough chemical plants in the game. And it also has no recipes available. So there are two entities that we have right now that I don't know how to use. Those two over here. I've never seen them. I've not used this version. What was this one called again? Angel's Ore Smashering?
No, it's
Metallurgy?
angel smelting.
Metallurgy.
Oh,
Metallurgy.
Metallurgy. Yeah.
Yeah, since when do the ore names no longer show the mod names no longer show up in the recipes and
That's a mod.
by hovering over? Oh, it's the mod. So
It's a mod
Is-
called hide mod names. Hide, or
So
remove
basically,
mod
that's
names.
just a mod with an empty name. That
No!
That's-
Nextlo loved this one. This was a really clever solution.
Okay,
It's-
now
it-
I'm interested.
It's hard coded. You can't remove that. It's still there, actually. But there was a very clever guy who figured out that even though he couldn't remove the hard coded vanilla mod list, he could change the size of the text bounding box that the text string is put into in the tooltip to a 1x1 entity, in which
Wow,
case
how do you find that out?
it's a 1x1 text field which overlaps and the text can't be displayed because it's too big for the field, so it just doesn't show.
That is amazing.
It's clever. So yeah. It makes the game a lot cleaner when you have like 100 mods. You don't hover over like a tree and it's like base, tree collision, squeak through, pollution fix, this other thing, that other thing, Bob's Tree Farm, like, it's, you know, it's just way too much in every tooltip. And I actually wanted the exact same thing for, like, some of the recipe descriptions. You know, like, if you hover over an ore crusher, it says, don't stick your fingers in, crushes raw ores. Like, after a while, some of those descriptions are unnecessary, especially some of the ones in AAI, actually. Like, they're really long, and they take up a lot of screen real estate every time you hover over it. But Nexla said no. It can't be done. Form Phalanx, builder of Sapphirite Outpost 1. Before I go to bed, I would like you to know it is meant to last until the ore patch is depleted.
Yeah,
okay.
Apparently someone built a ore processing facility inside these 3 factory buildings, like in your Let's Play, while we weren't looking.
It's pretty surprising how, even though there's a lot of confusion, I think, with the early game stages here, there's still a lot getting built right now. People are figuring it out. Got some rubite processing, basic sorting and crushing. Cool. Oh, and this guy's actually using a mining vehicle to do it. I find the mining... I think, are mining vehicles like making pollution even when they don't run or something? Because we in Siege on my campaign, we have a ton of pollution, and I don't really understand why, because we haven't really mined that much. Not really.
It's because of those fires that cause the bugs. Fires cause a bunch of pollution.
I want to see the motors that you can put into the vehicle equipments. That's something else that I haven't seen yet. I'd love to try.
Oops. Stop shooting stuff.
Stop. Thank you.
Okay, so the plan here... Apparently this was not even supposed to stay here. It's not running anymore because they aren't fed.
Is there wood anywhere?
I had a lot of wood on me. Oh, wait, that's right. I died.
1,000 wood and I died twice, so I no longer have 5,000 wood. Go west, thank you.
Yeah, remember all those forests that used to be here? They're all gone now because people have just picked them up with their mining vehicles.
It's over 9,000.
I know you did that a lot.
Yeah, well, not in this safe, but yes.
It's very difficult with the mining vehicles to actually properly discern, like, where an inserter is allowed to connect it to it or not. Sometimes when I think that they should be able to, they can't.
I think that issue is common to all vehicles. It's just because they're off-grid.
What is this handy hands mod that crafts for you?
Anything that you middle mouse click, like lock to your taskbar, it defaults, and it just if you're not manually crafting something, it'll try to build that reserved slot up to, I think the default is like 0.2 of a stack. If you don't like it while it's doing it, just press the I or K key, which is the increase or decrease button, and it'll pause it until you press I or K again. It'll just shut it off.
Wow, our UPS just dropped to 30 or something now. That was weird. Did you catch that?
I did not. Okay, cool. Well, in the interest of not necessarily wearing my own self out, because my family has been kind of sick the last few days, and I'm kind of concerned I might be coming down with something, I'm going to wrap this stream up. I'm not quitting. I'm actually going to keep playing. I just don't want to have the bright light on and, you know, do all that kind of stuff for too much longer. So, before I actually shut the stream off and the local recording, Magma or Prime Dead, Nexla, anything else you guys wanted to talk about when it comes to your mods, or what's going on with the factory or server or anything?
I want to at least say that it's going to be up until Rocket is launched, so if you see this video after it was live, just ask in Discord and try to join.
Okay, I do think it's probably going to be true that the mods are going to change. Do you think the mods change at all over the course of this run?
They might change, but I will. The community in Discord is very nice, so they will help you or explain it to you.
So it'll be easy to find the correct mod pack link somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
One question, Arumba. Do you plan on putting this on YouTube?
This part, yeah, I think so.
If you, okay, so can you put the Discord invite code? People have an easy time getting to Discord if they need help getting on the server.
Arumba.gg/ the discord.gg/Arumba.
Yeah, there's a special code. It's just the normal whatever Discord invite is usually. They gave me a what's it called, like a Flare version or something.
Yeah.
With the actual just my name. So I'll probably remember to do that. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. I'll try. Yeah. Okay. On
Sunday then.
And again, Twitch chat. If you guys want to still come hang out again, just come join the game. I'm gonna be playing. Just gonna end the stream part of it. I'm still gonna be in here, so come check it out. And with that all being said, I'm gonna end the stream here. So thanks for coming, guys, and hopefully stick around and don't go anywhere. I'll see you in a bit.